Okay, we are working on graphing linear equations today when you're given an equation. And so I just wanted to go over a couple weird looking cases with you guys because they look kind of weird. So I just want to make sure that you guys know what's going on with them. So the first one we're going to look at is this one. It says y equals x plus 4. So the reason it looks kind of weird is because there's not any number that we can see right in front of the x here. So since there's not any number here, how are we supposed to know what our slope is? The way that you figure out what your slope is by remembering that in front of any plane variable, there is an invisible 1. And the reason for that is because 1 times anything, 1 times anything, right? 1 times anything just equals anything. So when you multiply 1 times something, it doesn't change that thing. So anytime you just have a variable, this variable represents anything. You could put anything in here. So there's always this invisible 1 in front of here. Since there's this invisible 1 here, that means that m equals 1. And since m equals slope, that means that your slope equals 1. And if we wanted to write this whole number 1 as a fraction, you would just put, my equal signs are so squiggly, you would just put a 1 in the denominator because anything divided by 1 is still just that thing. So this is telling us that our slope is up 1 and to the right 1 because both of those ones are positive. Up 1, right 1. So anytime you see an equation with nothing in front of the variable x, that means that your slope is 1. So you're going to go up 1 and over 1 for your slope. Our other special case, is this guy. So it says y equals 3x. So this one looks weird because there's nothing on the end here. Like this equation has a plus 4. This one doesn't have anything. So since there's nothing here, the way we represent nothing is in math is with 0. So really, there's a plus 0 here. And that means that your 0 is your y-intercept. I'm going to abbreviate it as y-int. So that means that when you have your xy graph, that means that no matter what, your graph is going to pass right through the center there, because the center of your axes is where your y equals 0. So whenever you have an equation where it's just y equals your slope times x with nothing on the end, there's an invisible plus 0 here, and that means that your y-intercept is 0, so your graph has to cross through the origin, or where your x and your y-axis meets.